Hello friends, this is Fox, and I'm going to be teaching you how to use Adobe XD to hack your way through some killer designs. So, let's go ahead and open up an Adobe XD page. Start things off, Adobe XD is a free program. I do have the Creative Cloud license, so I'm not sure which features are and are not available in the free version. I don't even know if there is a free version or if it's just kind of universal. But to start things off, oh, excuse my cat. She is throwing a rave down there. To start things off, Adobe XD will open up this page that gives you some templates. The software itself is used to create mock-up designs for web pages and apps and everything in that realm of front-end design. Let's go ahead to the custom size, and we're just going to make an in-character post. So let's go 300 by 400. That sounds about right. Gonna double click on that, and here we have our empty template. This right here is what Adobe XD calls an artboard. When you're making a website or you're making an app, the different pages that you tab through are going to be new artboards, like so. We are not going to be needing that because we're just making one solid block of code. We're not going to be tabbing through different pages or having pages swipe in and out. We're just going to be using divs. So let's completely ignore that feature. A quick run through of these tools. This is your select. This is your rectangles, circles, squares, or circles, triangles, same thing. I know my shapes. Line. This is our pen tool. You won't need that. Text. You guys know what text boxes are. I hope. This is your artboard tool, the one that I said will make another artboard for you. And this is just your zooming in and out. If you want to center back on whatever artboard you're on, you hit Control 0 and it'll center it right back for you. So, to start this off, let me just preface this by saying I am completely unoriginal. Everything that I make is inspired from Pinterest. Let's go back to this page. I'm just going to take a color scheme off Pinterest, drop it back into Adobe XD if it'll let me. Maybe. Yeah. And I'm going to drop it off to the side so that I can just steal, let's actually put it over here. So I can just steal my my colors straight from here. I like this template. It's fall, it's cozy, it's cute. So, on your right side here, you have all of your properties that you can manipulate for all your shapes. When you click on your artboard, you're going to get your width, height, positions. Scrolling, you can ignore that for now. That's for web page and app design. Appearance is what we're going to be messing with almost the entire time. You can change your background color as you can in basically any other program. It's just a hex CMYK hex color picker. Let's go with, I kind of dig this this red maroon color, so we're gonna make that our background. Since this is gonna be an in-character post, let's keep it really simple. We're gonna drop a circle in here. If you hold shift, it keeps it even as opposed to being whatever the hell that is. We're gonna drop that right there. I like to make everything pretty even numbers, which, oh no, don't do that. Which you don't have to do. I'm just very anal about that. As you can see, I manipulated it up in this corner here, which is your dimensions and your positions. It doesn't really matter what dimensions you use so long as it flows evenly in the page. I will say that a lot of the times when I build something in Adobe XD and drop it into RP Nation, it doesn't necessarily format it properly and that everything will be more cramped than I want it to be. So I like to space things out just a little bit, but you can mess around with that and see how it affects your screen. It might just be my zoom settings, if I'm being completely honest. All right, so we have this shape here. If you go back down to the appearance panel, can pretty standard options. I'm just gonna put a black background for the fill since it's gonna be a picture. Our border, let's make it this cute orange color. I like that. Our border width is gonna be 3. No, it's not. It's gonna be 2. And let's add a little text box down here. And just because I'm like this, we have to make it 250. That's 350. You're gonna make it 250 to make it nice and pretty. Height, let's go 200. And drop that right there. And I don't want a border on it. I just want a fill. Let's make it this pretty green. That works. Yeah, that works. Also, I think I am gonna make this 220 just because that's a lot of dead space. So now that we have some objects on here, let's add our text. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you've done this. Okay, let's add a name. Yeah, so anyways, let's change that color to this pretty color. It's a nice carpet color. I'm gonna change my text properties over here. Probably gonna center it. Let's go righteous. I almost always choose either righteous or Reem Kufi for my mock-up titles. It just makes things look pretty, makes me more excited to design them. Okay. With our text box, I've noticed that normally like the hard corners, unless it's an intentional thing, they can make it look a little rushed, not necessarily rushed, but less like less thought was put into it, especially on something as simple as this character sheet. So I almost always like to put rounded corners, which you can do in Adobe XD by taking this little circle and just dragging it in a bit. You can drag it in as much as you want, but we don't want it that much, so let's go right there. And there's our basic layout for an in-character code. One thing that I will say is we're not going to do this right now because that's so much more explanation and I have a 15-minute time limit here. We're going to later learn how to add box shadows in Adobe XD, which is this handy little feature right here. But you have to format it differently in the code because the program does not handle it for you. Anyways, you're going to go down here to your little menu icon, scroll down to plugins. I already have it in here, but if you go to Manage Plugins and go All Plugins and search Web Export, you're going to come up with this cute little plugin. I already have it, so I'm not going to install it again, but once it's installed, you can go Plugins, Web Export, and hit Export Artboard. First, you have to select an artboard. That might help. Actually, before we do that, we're going to go to our layers, which is this stack of layers icon, and we're actually going to rename our layers. So this helps when you're transferring things from CSS into BBCode. It just keeps things in order when you have 20 objects rather than 3. It's a good practice to have that I haven't always had until recently. So let's just go ahead and rename all of these. You can just double click and it'll open up the little edit object, and in order to rename the background here, you have to actually double click on the name right there. So let's get rid of that bad boy. And now we can export her. So plugins, web export, export artboard. You can literally ignore every single thing right here. All of it. You can ignore all of it. If you hit copy CSS, automatically copies it to your keyboard. Let's go to this guy, paste her. Let's go to copy markup. It automatically copied it and paste her. As you can see, this is not what BBCode looks like. We're going to be cutting and altering a lot of this. Let's save that for another video though, because I am reaching my time limit. Yeah, that's our first lesson with Adobe XD. See y'all next time.